Here's what you're going to do if you don't listen to my warning here. You're going to spend a bunch of time trying to learn Facebook ads this, Facebook ads that, trying this retargeting technique, going through all these courses, paying all this money to learn Facebook ads. And guess what's going to happen? You're not going to get any clients. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Montel Gordon here. Hope you guys are all doing well, staying safe, washing your hands, meditating, drinking water. You gotta drink your water, man. But guys, hope you're all doing well. Enough goofing around. If you are new here, by the way, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on that little notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a fire upload. So guys, in today's video, I want to break down exactly when you should go about getting an outsourcer for your social media marketing agency. This is one of those questions I just get time and time again, especially on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, by the way, definitely follow me on Instagram. I'm dropping tips on there and stuff like that. Productivity tips, SMMA tips, entrepreneur tips, whatever it is you are into, I'm pretty much doing it. If you're watching this, you're pretty much into the same thing I'm into. Anyway, so guys, despite contrary and popular belief, I actually believe you should get an outsourcer from the beginning. From the beginning, guys. What I mean by that is absolutely from the beginning. Now what I mean is, don't go and pay somebody $1,000 per month straight away if you've got no money. What I mean is, have an outsourcer like you can readily work with, kind of there on the side in your Rolodex, if you will. You want to basically network with a couple people. You can find people on Upwork and stuff like that, through Facebook groups as well. I like to stick with people through like my personal brand as well. You can do that if you have a personal brand. So people will come to you on your personal brand. Just literally put on your story, I'm looking for an outsourcer. Make sure they're cheap as well. So guys, this is the point I'm trying to make. Don't pay them more than 20%. Now that kind of sounds harsh. I know if they're really good. What you can do is then just put them on like a flat fee each month instead of a percentage. Because normally what I like to do is pay my outsourcer like 20%. Guys, you can actually get outsourcers cheaper for that, especially if you're doing social media management as well, guys. You can actually outsource for like $1 per post, for example. So you can actually go to Upwork and post out a job saying that you're looking for a social media management, and all they have to do is create posts, schedule them, and write captions. And you can say that it's, it's 50 cents for the caption and it's 50 cents to create the image, and all you have to do is 30 to 60 of those a month, depending on how many clients you've got. And people will happily do that for like $1 per post. Like, people will actually do that, and that's actually good money for them because it won't take them actually that long when you think about it. But guys, the reason why I say get an outsourcer at the beginning, especially for Facebook ads, this is more pertaining to Facebook ads, guys. I know I just mentioned social media management there a second. If you're going to be offering Facebook ads to clients such as e-commerce businesses, local businesses when they open back up and stuff like that, I highly recommend that you just go and get an outsourcer from the beginning, especially if you're doing Facebook ads. Like I said, the reason being, guys, is it's going to enable you to move more confidently. You're going to free yourself essentially. Now guys, before you disagree with me, I want you to go and read two amazing books. One is called The E-Myth and one is called Sell Like Crazy by a guy called Sabri or Sabri. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Sabri Subi or Sabri Subi. I don't know how you pronounce his name, by the way. And E-Myth, I forgot who it's by. And really good books. But basically, within the first like 100 pages, you'll figure out really quickly starting a business because you're good at something is actually the wrong way to start a business. It's actually called starting a business being the practitioner. Now what I mean by this is, let's say you're good at baking cookies, for example. Here's what's going to happen in your family and around your friends. Everybody's going to eat your cookies and they're going to be like, oh my god, Montel, your cookies are amazing. Maybe you should start a business around this. That, to the normal ear, to the untrained ear, sounds like a good idea. Whereas it's not actually a good idea, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to create a business that revolves around you providing the service. So it's like, you're going to start this business, you're going to start getting customers and stuff because your cookies are good and whatnot. But what's going to happen is you're going to start the position from a wrong position. Your positioning's all wrong. The way you've structured yourself within your own business means that if you remove your business, your cookies are no longer good anymore, and people are going to come to your business for your baking of the cookies. And if you're not in the business, your cookies are not going to be made properly. And I actually have a friend like this as well. He actually cooks chicken wings, and now he doesn't want to cook chicken wings. He is really good at chicken wings, and we all used to tell him, like, this was years ago before I knew anything about business, man, you should open a restaurant and cook your own chicken wings. And now he's the sole dude in the business that cooks chicken wings day in, day out, and he's basically created himself another 9-to-5 job. So he's basically thought about creating a business. What it's really created is just another job for him. So this is what you call being the practitioner in your business. It's kind of like saying you're going to open a restaurant, for example, and you're the main waiter waiting tables in your own restaurant. Like, it doesn't make sense, especially if you're trying to build a business. I mean, if this is your hobby and stuff like that, then by all means go ahead and provide the service. But me personally, I think you shouldn't be providing the service for your clients. I feel like that's the equivalent of, again, owning a restaurant and being the waiter in your own restaurant. It's what you call being the practitioner. Again, the practitioner is when you start a business, but you actually genuinely have a skill, and then you build a business around that skill. But then what happens is you get entrapped in your own business, and you end up creating yourself a 9-to-5 job. Basically, you're working in the business, not on the business. I highly recommend you don't do that, guys. So here are a couple reasons as to why I believe you should get an outsourcer from the start. Now, confidence comes from competence. I'm pretty sure you've heard me mention this millions of times. I'm pretty sure you've heard this cliche line, and there's like hundreds of people say this. But guys, think about it. When you have an outsourcer at your disposal that knows exactly what they're doing when it comes to Facebook ads, here's what's going to happen to you. You're going to be more confident in your own service because you know this dude, your contractor, is going to look after your client. So when you're on sales calls, for example, and you're trying to close a client for 1K, 2K, 3K, whatever you're trying to close these clients at, you know that when you take their money, you're ethically going to take their money and put it to good use because you have an outsourcer that knows how to run Facebook ads better than you and your client that you're about to close. They can provide a good service, and what that's going to do for you is actually going to boost your confidence levels in your own service. When you feel good about your service, you feel good about your business, and when you feel good about your business, you can go and do good business, and that's going to push through as extra confidence, and that's actually going to portray itself on your actual sales call. So it's actually going to make you a better salesperson. It's actually going to reduce your stress as well, because you know at the back of your mind you're not going to be winging it. Because I know what it's like closing a client, saying that I'm amazing at Facebook ads. This is probably like one of the first clients I had in this particular niche, and then closing them and then going to Google and being like, oh shit, how do I run fucking Facebook ads for like a real estate agent or something like that, or like an e-commerce business, for example. Real estate agents I actually practice a lot. And guys, this is another reason as to why I believe you should get a contractor from the very beginning. When I say contractor, again, I don't mean you immediately pay them like $1,000 a month, for example. What I mean is you have them on like speed dial, you have them in your Rolodex, you're networking with them. That's a connection for you, basically. When you then close a client, you can outsource to that person for 20% of the actual you've closed your client for. So if you close a client for 1K, they get $200 or something like that, or whatever the agreement is there. So guys, like I said, I recommend you try keep your agency profitability levels at like 80% or something like that, so you keep in 80% of the profit. But guys, if it's more than that, then I still believe you should pay it, because it's just going to give you a lot of peace of mind. You're going to want to close more clients as well. And not only that, guys, here's the biggest factor I've noticed in SMMA. This is literally the killer. This happens to me, this happened to everybody else as well. You see, when you start your own social media marketing agency, the number one thing you're always worried about is, oh my god, how am I going to run Facebook ads for clients and make them money? Are they even going to accept me to do this for their business? I don't know what I'm doing. Why would they sign with me? You have all these sorts of questions, guys. And with an outsourcer, it's going to eliminate all of that. Not only is it going to eliminate all of that, but you're actually going to be able to move your business quicker at the start as well. And what I mean by this is, instead of you spending like 6 months trying to learn Facebook ads, which by the way is a very solid skill to master, it probably takes even longer than that, to be honest with you. You just don't have that time if you're going to start up your own agency, guys. Here's what you're going to do if you don't listen to my warning here. You're going to spend a bunch of time trying to learn Facebook ads this, Facebook ads that, trying this retargeting technique, going through all these courses, paying all this money to learn Facebook ads. And guess what's going to happen? You're not going to get any clients. It doesn't matter how good you are at Facebook ads. If you don't go out there and start selling your services, you're just not going to make any money, because you're not going to get any sales calls and you're not going to close any sales and get any clients. You're not going to make any money because of that. So forget about learning Facebook ads. Just go and find somebody who already knows Facebook ads, and you just need to focus on selling. I highly recommend that you read the book Sell Like Crazy again, and the E-Myth, because it talks about the number one thing you should be focusing on your business is, you know, setting up discovery calls, especially for SMMA. Here's what you definitely and specifically should be doing in this industry, which is, you know, the only two things that really matter in this industry is setting up agency discovery calls, or sales calls if you will, and attending those sales calls and closing them. That's all you should be focusing on at the very start. It doesn't matter about the fancy website you're trying to build. It doesn't matter about registering your business. It doesn't matter about learning the craziest Facebook ads techniques, because even if you are the greatest Facebook ads dude in the world, just because you are, it doesn't mean you're going to get clients, guys, if you can't market and sell your service. So basically what I'm trying to get you guys to do is remove yourself from the business, so you can look at it more of a actual business owner and focus your time on higher value tasks. And what I mean by higher value task is the number one thing you can be doing is spending your time closing sales. So that's what you want to be doing 80% of your time. So you want to focus on the 20% of the things that produce you 80% of the rules. Again, go and read those two books I'm talking about. It will make so much more sense if you're not understanding this. And guys, another obvious reason as to why I say you should go and get a contractor is because obviously it's going to save you so much time, headache, and all this other stuff. So you can actually actually focus in your business. You see, when I was doing all my client work myself, I didn't really enjoy the agency stuff as much, because I actually enjoy now. I used to be an introvert, and I'm pretty sure I've dropped a video on this on my channel recently, but like, I used to be an introvert, even though I don't really believe in the whole introvert extrovert titles, but I used to be very shy and stuff like that, and didn't used to like sales calls. But now I love sales calls, and I want to spend like 90%, even 95%, 99% if I can of my time just on sales calls, because that's the thing that moves my business forward. And literally closing sales, it's a high. You actually literally get a genuine dopamine rush from closing clients. It's a beautiful feeling. It's euphoric. I love that feeling, closing deals and helping other people and stuff like that. I love that feeling. So guys, what I'm trying to tell you to do here, guys, is just outsource the client work. Again, it's kind of like you owning a restaurant and being the head chef in your own restaurant, not being able to kind of like extrapolate yourself from your business and look at it in like a third person view. And then, because you're too in the business, to even see stuff like that, the certain problems. And that's what's causing most businesses to fail. They're trying to be the practitioner of their business instead of actually being the CEO of the business and running the day-to-day business and focusing on the high value tasks. So what have I mentioned everything? So outsourcer, boom, save you time, gives you more confidence. And guys, the last and final point is basically, it's a win-win situation for everybody if you just get a contractor from the very beginning. Think about it, guys. When you close a client and you don't know what you're doing with Facebook ads, for example, but you then have a contractor in place, first of all, the contractor is getting paid. You're getting paid from your client, so you're winning there. You're then paying your contractor, so they're actually happy because they're getting paid. Not only that, but your client's getting a good service because this contractor knows what they're doing. So it's a win-win-win situation, guys, because everybody wins, everybody eats on all parties basically that are involved in the transaction. If you take a look, top businesses out there such as like Uber, Facebook, YouTube, they're all middlemen. So guys, what you actually want to be, essentially in the most layman terms possible, is just the middleman in your business. Now, for some reason, back when I was first getting started, I used to think that this was unethical, it was cheating. I'm not providing the service myself, so why would somebody pay me to then pay someone else to do it? I couldn't wrap my head around that, but that's just business 101. That's literally what business is. So guys, let me explain to you why you've got the mindset of, you know, you don't understand the concept behind a client paying you and then you paying someone else to do the service. So I have a lot of people ask me, you know, okay, Monta, but why doesn't the client just go directly to the contractor? And that's kind of like saying, so why don't you go to, instead of buying your phone from Apple, why don't you just go to their suppliers and buy the parts from their suppliers and their wholesalers and their factories? That it just doesn't work like that. It's business 101, guys. You need to alleviate that from your mind. And again, the reason why you've got that in your mind and where that mindset's actually come from is the school system. I know, again, I don't want to kind of shit on the school system because I do believe it's good for certain things, but I don't think it's good for business, for example. But I still would rather somebody go to school than not go to school and just be a bum, I guess. So anyway, you've got this mindset from school. And what I mean by that is, if you take a look at it, if you do a test in school or an exam or something like that, or you've got an assignment or some coursework or whatnot, you can't pay somebody, well, you can, but you can't pay somebody to do your assignment, your coursework, your exam for you without getting caught. I mean, you can pay people to do your assignments and whatnot. I know there's websites out there. You can't pay somebody to do your assignment without it being called cheating or plagiarism. Now, in business world, we actually do pay people to do our work for us, and that's just normal business. Like, that's how business is run. You don't see like Tim Cook, for example, you know, hand building iPhones and MacBook Pros and stuff like that. He paid other people to do that for him. You don't see, for example, and this is what I was trying to say earlier, guys, you want to be the middleman in the business. And if you take a look at top businesses in the world, they're basically middlemen. For example, Amazon doesn't really own its own products. I know that it's coming out with its own product line and stuff like that, and it's got products now, but think about it, most of the books and stuff like that when it first getting started wasn't owned by like Amazon, and like the products on there, most of them are owned by just other sellers, and Amazon just takes a cut. So that is basically a middleman. Think about the Expedia business model. They just link a flying company with a person that's trying to travel, for example. They just link the person who's trying to travel with the airline and sort of packages, and they just take a cut out of that. And again, guys, take a look, Uber, for example. Uber doesn't actually own the cars on the road. They're actually people's cars, but Uber just takes a cut out of each ride and stuff like that, and sets up the ride and connects the traveler with the actual Uber driver, for example. Take a look at Facebook, for example. Facebook makes millions and millions and millions, and they don't actually own most of the content that's being posted on their actual platform. They have their own account and stuff like that, but it's only one like account. I'm pretty sure they've got multiple accounts for like different countries, but you get the idea, guys. Most of the people on like Facebook are posting their own content, and they are just the middleman. They don't actually own the content on the platform. So you want to be applying that same business model to your social media marketing agency, and that's how real businesses are ran, guys. Don't be a glorified freelancer, as they call it, which is you doing all the client work in your business. I don't believe you should be doing all the client work in your business. You should be focused on getting more business in. That's your number one goal as a business owner, because if you don't get more business in, you don't make money. Money in business, profit in business is your business's life. It's oxygen basically to a business. And if you don't focus on getting more sales, more clients and stuff like that, your business will die and suffocate from lack of oxygen, if you will, if that makes it a little bit more, if that helps you imagine it. But guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that you go out there and find some outsourcers, some good resources to look at. Read those 2 books. Again, I cannot recommend them highly enough. Take a look at outsourcing on Upwork. Take a look at outsourcing on other, like Fiverr, for example. You can do like create posts on Fiverr if you need somebody to do social media management posts, or like Instagram posts on Fiverr. You can get some cheap people from like Facebook groups. Facebook groups are normally kind of more expensive because they've come down like building their own agency route, so they want higher percentages. But you can still find diamonds in the dirt. That's kind of the whole game with this. You kind of want to find a diamond in the dirt and kind of train them up, have them implement and deliver the services for you. With that being said, I hope that you change your mind on this whole thing and kind of blown over what everybody thinks they should do, which is do the service themselves and then outsource. I think like you should just outsource yourself, because you're not going to be confident with your service. Lack of confidence is going to come through in your sales calls. You're going to suck at sales calls because you, in the back of your mind, and this happened to me, you're going to be like, even if I do close this client, I'm probably going to take their money and just fuck it up. And that with me is very unsettling and feels very unethical. So just to overcome that, you can literally go and get an outsourcer that knows what he's doing and make it a win-win-win situation. But guys, hope you've enjoyed this. Hope that I've changed your mind on this, and hopefully I've taught you something here. But guys, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you drop a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.